Success isn't just about getting what you want. When you really think about it, it's about becoming who you were truly made to be. And I've come to believe something powerful, that growth, even the smallest step forward, creates momentum in our lives. Let me explain what I mean. When you grow, you naturally have more to give to the world. Think about it. You gain more energy, deeper clarity, and a stronger sense of purpose. Now here's something interesting. Most people tend to wait for motivation to strike, but I've discovered that the real truth is much simpler. Motion creates emotion. Let me break this down for you. You want energy? Take that first step and move. Looking for confidence? Make that decision you've been putting off. Seeking real change? Take that first step and simply start. Now, I understand the challenges we face. We live in a world that's constantly distracting us, a world that keeps telling us we're not enough or that we need to be perfect before we can begin. But here's the truth. You can forget all of that. Just start where you are right now. Focus on what's right in front of you at this moment. And remember this important truth. Every single step you take is leading you somewhere greater. Now let me be clear about something. This journey isn't just about working harder. It's about something much deeper. It's about getting in tune with who you really are and fully owning that truth. And here's something I want you to really understand. You don't need anyone's permission to be great. What you need is the courage to keep going. Yes, even when things get messy and uncertain. Because here's what I've learned. Genuine progress is where true happiness lives. And when you find your passion, that becomes the fuel that makes everything possible in your life. This is exactly what my content stands for. This is the heart of my mission and purpose. So now let's take this energy and create something truly powerful together. It's time to level up in our own unique way. This message lit a fire in me, and it inspired the next mix you're about to hear. So tune in, feel it, and if it hits you the way it hit me, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe to my channel at Success is Never Accidental.
Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. Success is getting what you want. Fulfillment is living what you're made for. Fulfillment and success, they're not even in the same universe. Progress equals happiness. If you keep growing, you're gonna feel alive. And if you keep growing, you're gonna have more to give. It's really an inner game, and I think that's what's missing for us today. Everybody's focusing on the outside world, and hell, there's a lot of things in the outside world you'll never be able to control. You can influence, but you can't control it. Your mind, your emotions, your body. You have 100% control over what you do with these things, and that's where the game is won. Win the inner game, then you win the outer game. But a lot of people spent their life trying to win the outer game, they won, and they're miserable. Someone can tell you your whole life you're a piece of crap, but you can say, screw you, read between the lines, and make your life work. Someone tell you your whole life you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're the smartest person in the world, and you don't believe it. Because self-esteem doesn't come from what people say about you. Self-esteem is earned within yourself. It's esteem for yourself, which only comes by doing things that are incredibly difficult, and then your brain goes, this is who I am. You really gotta figure out what you're made for, and nobody knows in the beginning. So you start where you are and you do what's in front of you, do what's next, and you keep growing until you start to discover, hey, this is my real passion. Identity is the #1 thing I work to change with people, to expand it. Expand your own sense of who you really are and what you're capable of. And the mindset has to be destroy any limitation and move forward, move forward, move forward. I think passion is the genesis of genius. If you've got enough passion, you're gonna find answers nobody else does. But most people run out of fuel, meaning they get tired, they get exhausted, they get burnt out, they get the law of familiarity. They're around something so much they take it a little bit for granted. And I've managed to see something in myself that I've found in every great leader that I've ever respected, and that is, I value intelligence immensely, but I know really smart people can't fight their way out of a paper bag pragmatically, right? What I see as the one common denominator of people that are successful over a lifetime is the sustained hunger. Hunger is the number one factor. You need to be good at pattern recognition, and that's what gets somebody strong at anything. You gotta learn pattern utilization. It's one thing to see it, it's another thing to use it. And then if you're good after a while, you get to pattern creation. It really comes down to anyone can learn anything if it's important enough to you. If you can find something that you care about more than yourself, your daughter, your son, your family, your business, your mission, your community, whatever it is, that's really the secret to energy and vitality and strength and really learning. Anyone can learn anything if you can just break it down to its simple core, and that's what I try to do most. And I'm just not willing to settle for a life without passion and aliveness. There's so much to learn, there's so much to grow, there's so much to give. I think anybody gets wired to grow and give is gonna have a really fulfilling life. It doesn't matter what you choose to do, you're gonna be alive. No problem is permanent. People need a new perspective, and you can't do it by just sitting and thinking. You gotta move your body, you gotta change your energy and your focus. But if I get you into a higher state of being, mentally, emotionally, physically, and all of a sudden you start remembering who you are and you start coming up with answers that you never even thought were possible. We all define ourselves in certain ways. So you start where you are and you do what's in front of you, you do what's next, and you keep growing until you start to discover, hey, this is my real passion. And it can change. People go for 5, 6, 7 years and then they usually question their business, their career, their body, their relationships. And then one of two things happens. They change direction and feel renewed, or they go, no, I got a great deal here, what the hell's wrong with me? And they recommit and they get stronger. But that's life. And if you don't grow, I don't give a damn how much you got going for you, you're gonna be miserable. I think as early on I realized, one of the things you have to understand about life is everything changes and everything ends. And that kind of sounds heavy on the front end, but it's a truth. If everything changes and everything ends, number one, it should make you appreciate what you have right now. And then my view is, what's next is always better. If I make it so, it's my job to make it so. And I think that's how we have to navigate. But most of us have been conditioned not to take a risk. People ask me all the time, what does it take to be happy? And I always tell them it's really simple. One word, progress.